I have no ambition to govern men. It is a painful and thankless office. Thomas Jefferson. I am fortunate enough to have been blessed with a smart and beautiful wife, and just within 2 weeks of this writing, a wonderful and healthy son. A newborn sleeps a lot, eats a lot, and poops a lot. Except for the sleeping part, he requires a lot of assistance from my wife and me to accomplish the other two. He needs to be fed about every 2 to 3 hours, around the clock, and 24/7. While my wife and I do not relish getting up at the wee hours of the morning to do things that we have already done numerous times a day, that is, change diapers, feed, burp, etc., we do, however, realize the gravity of the situation and just how important performing our job is to the well-being of someone else, even if it is very tedious and tiring. Here the word gravity means the serious nature of a situation. Now fast forward 15 years later, and I'm sure that my wife and I will still be putting ourselves at an inconvenience to make sure that the needs of another person, and even if we don't get thanked for it, are met. In the classroom, one of my biggest and most formidable enemies is the smartphone. The word formidable means significant, intimidating, or commanding. Sometimes I wonder if, when Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone, he ever realized just how much harder it was going to make it for teachers to keep the attention of their students. Now granted, I'm not one who is a technophobe. Technophobe means someone who doesn't like technology or against technological progress. It's just that some students use smartphones in just about every other way possible except for how I want them to, and it does interfere with their learning. Interfere means to hinder or attempt to stop something. The funny thing is, I've taken several phones away from students in my experience, but I've never, not even one time, ever had a student say to me, "Thank you for eliminating that distraction for me so that now I'm able to stay more focused, and that will improve my chances of being successful in this class and later in life." We aren't always so receptive to the things that are necessary for our well-being, and we can make it difficult for those whose job it is to provide these irreplaceable services. Some members of the general public would enjoy having no laws. Some students would love for a teacher to turn a blind eye to cheating on a test, and some parents would love to let their newborn sleep as long as he will instead of waking him every 2 hours to feed. But responsible people know that these things, even though they are much easier to do, are not in the best interest of others. As we come in contact with those individuals who genuinely care for our well-being, we should be patient with them and make sure to demonstrate our cognizance of their efforts by some form of effusive gratitude. Effusive means sincere and heartfelt. Oftentimes, a smile and a sincere thank you can go a long way. The take-home message of this quote would be, express your gratitude often.